The production level is amazing. It is. Welcome to a build video on the Guardian, the core Guardian. It is a tank build, support build, but with power damage as well. I'm doing this live on Twitch right now, and I'm not going to be able to respond to the chat, even though someone just subscribed, and I very much appreciate it. And you can subscribe by coming to twitch.tv/JebroUnity and doing that very thing that Straigest87 just did for 28 months. Very much appreciated. If you are going to enjoy this video and everything else, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and also click on the little bell, which is going to give you a little notification about when I do the things on Twitch. YouTube. Do that. Also, this is a Guardian support build. It's the old school core build, but with a little few different changes, because I can't remember it exactly, and I just made it on the spot, and I can't remember all the different things, but it's working at PvP. In the gold kind of to plat level, I guess. I haven't played it higher than gold 3, so I could be lying, but this is fun. I'm enjoying it, and I'm doing okay. If you liked core Guardian back in the day, it removed conditions. It also healed. And you had the Cleric's Amulet, which I think had healing and power. I don't know if it had toughness, so I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. Someone else in the chat can probably tell me as well. But what the build primarily has in terms of damage is it has a few different things, but it's not about the damage. It's about the healing, support, condition removal, and mainly you want to be always with someone else. If you're on your own, you should be defending a node on your own, and that's the only time you should really be doing it, or rotating to different fights. Also, I appreciate when people host the channel, and Instark just hosted the channel for 30 viewers, which is very much appreciated. What a legend. Please go and follow him, even if you're on YouTube and you're just here. But this build has got the Mender's Amulet. So Mender's Amulet has power, precision, and has healing powers. Predominantly, obviously, we want to be doing healing. We want to be supporting our team, and this is pretty much the only supportive amulet you should really be going for in PvP at the moment, really. There are a few other things, but no, it's mainly this. Also, we have a staff, and we have intelligence on this as well. And I'll show you the reason for that as well. You might be thinking, why has he got intelligence on a build which is not even about damage? I'll show you why in a moment. We've got Sigil of Energy. I'll show you again why that is, other than just for the fact that you want to be using it to gain extra endurance so you can dodge. There's another reason. You've got Sigil of Cleansing, so remove a condition when you swap to this weapon while in combat. Obviously removing condition. And Sigil of Energy again for gaining more dodge. Rune of the Soldier gives you vitality. It gives you toughness, which you do not have in your amulet or in many places in this build, depending on what you go for. And you can remove a condition from each affected ally after using a shout skill, which we have 3 of. Technically, we have 4. If you've got your 4, you've got 2 charges of retreat as well. So vitality and toughness is pretty good. Sends our HP up to about 18,395. And of course, power, precision, vitality, healing power right there. Okay, now, Valor. Sorry, we got honor, valor, and virtues right there, so they're in the wrong way. First, we're going to go through honor. Vigorous precision, so gain vigor when you critically strike, and this goes back to the staff here, and we've obviously got Sigil of Intelligence. Your next 3 attacks after swapping to this weapon will in combat have a 100% critical chance. That is part of this and the reason why I use it, and also you get a nice little bit of damage from the staff as well. So you gain vigor when you critically strike. 10 second in the top right hand corner of that box. That is the cooldown of the trait. So you gain 5 1/4 seconds of endurance regeneration. Ooh. Then we are going to go for lesser shield of absorption. This is a very supportive trait because obviously you cast lesser shield of absorption when reviving an ally. So that's like getting your shield out, shield 5, but it's a lesser version. Main reason it's so good is that it pushes people back, as well as just awesome for healing, as for rezzing. Selfless Daring. Now there you go. The end of your dodge roll heals nearby allies and is a ridiculous heal. It's a base heal of 729, but you are healing for about 1,000 health every single time you dodge. So with the critical hits, when you're regaining vigor, and while you've got that up, you're able to gain vigor, you're able to dodge more, you're able to heal more, which is why even if you are just regularly kind of randomly dodging, which is what you're going to be doing in this build, you're not going to always be dodging to avoid damage, you're going to be dodging to heal. So if you are a random dodger like me, this is going to be good for you. Gain concentration, so that's pretty good. Obviously this is all supportive. While wielding a staff skills recharge time is reduced. Obviously staff has many good abilities. Supportive abilities include Empower, which doesn't only just heal, it gives might to you and your team. Line of warding is very good, as I have shown in the gameplay very recently. It's good for cutting off areas for enemy players, as well as helping allies peel away from fights, and also just getting into places and making sure that you space out the enemy a little bit more. This symbol is good because it heals as well as giving swiftness. This skill, Holy Strike, is a lot newer, but it used to be different. It used to be just a little ball which kind of was sent out and would heal allies and do damage. That's converted more over to the staff now. Number 2 is a blast combo finisher. Has a big range as well, 1,200. It goes pretty far, but it is a blast as well. Try and combine that with things like your wall, because obviously this is a light field. You can blast that to give condition removal. I just missed it, sorry. And the same with this as the light field. Both light fields, if you blast light fields in Guild Wars 2, you do condition cleansing, which is very, very good, and it gives you more condition cleansing in this build, even more so now. Meta wise as well, there is more Scourges, there's more condition builds, there's rangers doing horribleness with immobilization, and if I'm Wig versus ranger, they're not getting those immobilizers off hardly ever, because I'm just removing that immobilize. It's also good for versus anything with conditions, even like mesmers, burn guardians that just keep applying burn, but like you're removing that, even just one stack with things like retreat, which I'll talk about in a minute, which obviously is not it doesn't remove conditions, but it converts it to a boon, and you'll see why in a minute. So, and we've also sorry, we went through it on the rune. Shut up. Me, not you. Your Virtue 2 passive also regenerates endurance. There you go. If you have a look here, there you go, you can see it all. It's amazing. It is amazing. Your Virtue skill 2 passive. Shout skills gain recharge, reduce recharge, and convert conditions to boons on allies. Convert. Okay? So don't forget. Shout skills gain reduced recharge and convert conditions to boons on allies. This is one condition removal. You use one, that is the combination of pure voice, and then you use soldiers, that is 2. When you remove a condition from affected ally using a shout skill. So you're removing 2 conditions per shout. So you got 2, 4, 5 base without thinking about condition removal there at all. If you pick whichever one. So shout, draw conditions from nearby allies to yourself, gain multiple boons for a short duration. And that is number of allies 5, and conditions can sorry, how many conditions is this? I can't actually remember. Oh, you're just doing it. Okay, yeah. Just drawing them all and changing them into boons anyway. What's the other shout you can do? Hold a line, right? Regeneration to allies. Okay, protection and regeneration. I think it depends, like which ones you want to really use. You could use the other shout, but at the moment this is what I'm using. I might change that actually. But I would say this is interchangeable. The thing is, this is break stun. Meh. You choose. Break stun is good. If you're coming into the stream by right now, I'm just going to talk to Twitch for 2 seconds. And you've rated, hosted, subscribed. I'm doing a live video for a build in Guild Wars 2. So I'm not paying attention to everything that's going on. Then we've got Valor. Valor is Valorous Defense. So gain Aegis when you're struck while below the health threshold. gain Aegis. You block the next incoming attack. There you go. That's what Aegis is. Strength of the Fallen, so lose conditions every interval. Health degenerates more slowly while down, which is really good because obviously you put your third skill down, you're going to be able to heal yourself a lot more effectively. There's nothing really else much you can do here. Meditation, cure conditions and damage nearby foes. You know, you could go for that with renewed focus if you really wanted to, but I feel like that's better. If you go down, you're kind of screwed anyway, but I don't know. I think, you know, that's going to be better. Pardon me, we're not going for focus. If you did go for focus, that might be worth it. Gain protection when you block an incoming attack with Aegis, which happens a lot. There's no ICD on this trait as well. So you're gaining a lot of protection. There's a lot of power in the game as well, so that's very, very good. Now here you can go for, I go for strength in numbers, which gives toughness based on your effective level, which is 80, 600 radius every 3 seconds. So that's pretty good. It is 100 toughness as well. Gain toughness when wielding a shield, and shield skills gain reduced recharge also is a very, very good option. You can go for either of those. It really depends whether if your versus 2 core necros or 2 necros where you think they're going to be using lich form. This is going to be really, really helpful because you want to, you know, block those projectiles from coming into your team and you. That's very beneficial. Might of the Protector, gain might when you block attacks. You're blocking a lot of attacks. Aegis is a block. Ta-da. And you're going to gain a lot of might. So that's going to help your damage. And you have got damage in this build. You've got power precision. You've got a sword. The reason we got a sword, you might be thinking, why don't you go mace or something? I'll tell you in a minute. Altruistic healing. Heal yourself when you grant a boon to an ally, which we're doing quite a lot through different things. We're giving tons of boons off here on our virtues. We're giving stability. We're giving retaliation. We're giving swiftness. We're giving Aegis. We're giving loads of stuff through even just through the traits. So you're always healing yourself, which is really, really good. And you need to be selfish in your own healing so you can keep the rest of your team alive. There's no point in going for Monk's Focus. And Aegis, when you grant, reduces the recharge time of virtue skill 3 when blocks on attack. It's not too bad, but it's not as good as this. You need to keep yourself alive. Virtues, inspired virtues, so apply boons to allies when activated. Again, when you apply boons to allies, you're applying these to yourself. So you're also applying these boons to yourself, and you're healing yourself when you apply boons to other people. Very good. Protection, regeneration, might, damage, supportive, blocks, all good. Not blocked, protection, sorry, reduction of 33% damage. Retaliatory, wow, subconscious reading is difficult. Gain retaliation and Aegis when disabled, which is probably the best one for this build. No, you could go for more damage, there's no point in going for consecration, it's the best one. Not great line though, to be fair, but still a good trait-ish, kind of. Gain retaliation when you activate a virtue. So retaliation, you reflect incoming damage back to its source. Pretty good, right? And that's for an amount of time as well, so that's going to help you a lot. Absolute resolution, activating virtue skill 2, which is over here, which is our virtue of resolve. Removes conditions from nearby allies. Virtue skill 2's passive effect is stronger, so that's your passive healing. It removes 3 conditions with the trait, and on the base of this, it removes 2, right? So that's pretty damn good condition removal. Also gives you regen and retaliation because of earlier in the build, which is the inspired virtue minor trait. What we're going to next. Power of the virtues. Virtuous. Heal increased damage for each boon on you. Virtues gain reduced recharge of 15%, and you damage increased by 1% as well. It's not a biggie, but it's still, you know, recharge is good. And then Indomitable Courage, which is really, really important. There's a lot more. You get stability in this build from... stability is very, very strong because a lot of people's stability and whatnot have been taken from other places. There's a lot more CC, and it's very good because it's team stability. So the active effect of Virtue Skill 3 breaks stun as well, and grants stability to nearby allies. Its passive effect gains a shorter interval. So having a look at this, Aegis blocks incoming attack, and that it comes up every so often. The refresh is 30 seconds, which is reduced, which again is a block. And again, through the build, you can see what block does if you go back through the video. And also if you just go and put this is going to be Guild Wars 2 editor, so you'll be able to have a look through it yourself. and you gain 3 stacks of stability. You have to do three hits of CC to get that stack off, and it's 4.25 seconds, and it's good enough to take out a target, get them downed. It's also good to break stun, which is really, really strong, obviously, because you need to break some stuns because there is a lot of CC potentially around. And it's the same with Save Yourself. So you've got 2 CC breakers right there. Then you've got condition removal to get yourself out of sorry, there's another one. Stand your ground, of course, is break stun as well. So I've actually got a lot of survivability for ourselves, which helps us carry on to offer that support to get around the map and do the things. It's a fun build, it's a good build. Don't forget, renewed focus refreshes your virtues as well when you've used them. So make sure, again, you know, you do this. If you've used them all, pretty much do it as soon as possible, unless you need it to actually block damage as well. Not soon as possible, but you know, if you need to get the condition removal, if you need to get the protection, if you need to get everything out there to you on your team, again, that will help refresh it as well as blocking the damage as it's coming up to you. Don't forget, it prevents capture point control, which is really important if you're on a point and you've got a couple of little pieces of the pie left, and you don't want to lose the capture point and people are coming over to support you. Remember, that's an important thing. Stand your ground gives you stability. Don't forget, that's the basis of that ability, as well as retaliation. Retreat is a shout which grants Aegis and Swiftness. Aegis and Swiftness. Don't forget, it's not just about the swiftness there. There's a lot of swiftness as well. And it recharges very, very quickly. So you get 2 charges of this. So we use 1. Okay. Next charge is 5 seconds. Sorry, not 5 seconds. The next recharge is 24 seconds. But it's worth remembering that 4 seconds or whatever it is counted within that time. So it's like, you know, then it'll keep going around to recharge, if that makes sense. You can't see that number, which is a bit silly. But you can see the little white kind of area that goes around the icon, whatever you want to call it. It's a fun build. It's a good build. Decent build, sorry, for PvP. And I've been playing in ranked on Twitch and on other things. And I hope you enjoy it. And thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't, tell me why. But interact with it. Tell me the things. Patreon, I put out videos and other content as well, so if you want to go check that out, be very amazing and appreciate it if you would. Otherwise, school started back. I better get on with doing some stuff, I guess. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up. Tell me what you think. Old school core guardian support build of awesome.